Welcome back to The Wrap. Joining me now for Team Sports Coach's Corner is the leader of the UT women's basketball team, Coach Mark Ehlen. Coach, thank you so much for being on the Sports Wrap.
Appreciate it.
Coach, Kenton, Ohio, went to Ohio State, communications major, so we can call you the pinch hit on the Sports Wrap, I think. Okay, very good. That Notre Dame-Ohio State game, of course, I know who you're rooting
Buckeyes.
for. Yep, okay, didn't even need to ask. 204 and 96, Coach, a fantastic record. 4-time MAC Coach of the Year, 4 NCAA appearances. I mean, just a phenomenal record at UT. But what strikes interest to me, besides your tremendous success on the court, is the academic success that you're having too. Because a lot of times in college athletics today, those don't necessarily go in the same sentence. And I want to find out from you how you're doing it on the court and in the classroom with your young ladies.
Well, I think first of all it goes to recruiting. You've got to recruit the right kind of student athlete, and we've done that at Toledo. We recruit students who care about their academic success as well as their athletic success. I wish I could say it's something that I did, but really that's kind of where it ends, is the kind of people that we bring into our program. And we've got a great system set up for our student athletes in terms of their academic support. And, it's part of our tradition. Traditionally we've been a strong athletic program, but we've also been very highly ranked academically too. One time, I think 3 times in the last 10 years we've been nationally ranked in terms of our academic success.
Well, Coach Mark, that's interesting. When you go into a young lady's home and you meet her parents and see that family, what do you look for in a recruit? Because I know Woody Hayes used to say he loved to go into the house because what he would do is kind of observe the way that student athlete interacted with his parents, and he learned a lot about that family dynamic. What do you look for when you go in?
I do the same thing, because whatever Woody does or did, I do. No, but I do the same thing. I like to see how the athlete interacts with their mom or dad, and that's important to me. When I see a young lady treat their parents with a lot of respect, that tells me an awful lot about that person.
Coach, can you give us a little scouting report? Now I know we talked off camera, you're playing a lot of gals, and that's great for you and the depth that you're creating. But can you talk about 4 or 5 of the gals that we know we're going to see, maybe not always starting, but on a regular basis, and what they're going to do for you this year?
Well, it starts with our point guard, Crystal Young. She's our floor leader out there. She's been a 2-year starter for us. I looked at the stats today, and she's got over a 2-to-1 assist-turnover ratio, which for a point guard is what you're looking for. So. Right. For every turnover, she has 2 assists, and so she's creating a lot of good things for us out there. We're trying to get her to score a little bit more, but she's a fine defender for us. I think she's second on the team in steals, and really runs the show for us out there. Danielle Bishop's our leading scorer, again, an All-MAC preseason selection. I think she's scoring 13 a game, and we look for her to not only be a great scorer, but a strong rebounder for us. Savannah Werner has been probably our most consistent post player so far this year. She's about 9 a game, about 7 rebounds, and she, like I said, she's somebody that we want to get the ball to inside. Those are a few of our top players.
Coach, can we let the folks know at home on our BCSN network just how great the MAC is? Because I don't know if everybody has a handle on it. This is big-time basketball. Big-time athletes, big-time coaches, and tell them how great the MAC is in women's basketball.
Well, I can tell you this year, for example, right now our RPI as a conference is 11th in the country, which is pretty good.
Explain RPI for the
Well, an RPI is simply the strength of a conference compared to other programs or other conferences based on the schedule and who you play and how you do against those teams. For example, in the MAC this year, Kent has already beaten Auburn, an SEC school. We've beaten Michigan. Central Michigan has beaten Michigan. There have been some really significant wins by our conference overall against outside competition. And then when you get into conference, I mean, it's a war. I mean, there's literally 5 or 6 teams that could win it this year. It's going to be very, very competitive.
Coach, we wish you nothing but the success. Your RPI on the Sports Wrap's been great.
All right,
and we're looking forward to following you on BCSN.
Thank
you, Coach. And that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by Team Sports. We'll be back with more on UT women's basketball on the college edition of The Wrap.